Even when you weren't in the room, even when you were the youngest, even when the evidence points elsewhere, somehow every conflict, every disappointment, every uncomfortable feeling in the house finds its way back to you. You're not the problem child because you're worse than your siblings. You're the problem child because the family needs a problem, and you were chosen. There's a reason you were chosen, and it has nothing to do with who you are. Every family system needs balance. The golden child exists because you exist. Someone has to carry the family's shame, dysfunction, and unprocessed pain. Someone has to be the reason things aren't perfect. While your sibling can do no wrong, you can do no right. They get understanding, you get consequences. They get second chances, you get, "We've had enough of you." It's not about fairness. It's about function. The family needs a villain for their story to make sense. You're simultaneously too much and not enough. Hypervisible when there's blame to assign. Invisible when there's love to distribute. Your mistakes are magnified, analyzed, brought up for years. Your achievements are minimized, forgotten by next week, or attributed to luck. You could cure cancer, and they'd find the flaw in your methodology. Because this isn't about what you do. It's about what you represent. Everything the family refuses to look at in themselves. The rules kept changing. What was acceptable yesterday is unforgivable today. What your sibling gets away with gets you grounded for a month. You walked on eggshells that rearranged themselves daily. Perfect behavior bought you nothing except the absence of attack, until the next time they needed someone to blame. You learned to be small, quiet, useful. You became the family therapist, the mediator, the one who apologizes for things you didn't do just to restore peace. Because if you're the problem, maybe you can fix it. Maybe if you're good enough, they'll finally see you. They won't. Because this was never about you being better. It was about them needing someone to be worse. There comes a moment when you realize you can't fix this because you were never the problem. The family system is working exactly as designed. You're the pressure valve, the lightning rod, the emotional landfill where they dump everything they can't process. Your absence doesn't make them examine themselves. It makes them find a new scapegoat. Your perfection doesn't earn their love. It makes them more creative in finding your flaws. Because acknowledging you weren't the problem means acknowledging they were. And that's the one truth the family system cannot afford. Leaving the scapegoat role doesn't mean you become the golden child. It means you leave the story entirely. You stop defending yourself because you realize you were never on trial fairly. You stop trying to prove your worth because you understand the standards were rigged. You stop apologizing for existing because you finally grasp this was their shame, not yours. The family may call you selfish, difficult, ungrateful. That's the sound of a system losing its scapegoat. They need you to come back and carry their dysfunction. They need the story to make sense again. But you're writing a new story, one where you're not the villain, not the hero either, just human.